Mr. Speaker.
Ms. Goodwin, for what purpose?
Will he take a question?
Will the gentleman take questions?
I will take
He
a
will.
question.
Thank you. So, yeah, Representative Hefner, thank you. I really do appreciate you adding the amendment last night that essentially protects our protective orders.
Thank you.
What's the difference between a protective order and an extreme risk protective order?
Well, the protective orders are spelled out in the Family Code and the Health and Safety Code that are currently allowed by law. An extreme risk protective order would be, or a red flag law would be like where a third-party person could make a claim that a person may not be mentally competent or may be a danger to themselves, and then their firearms may be taken from them without any kind of due process or notification.
So
what I don't want to happen is I don't want you to be trying to start your weed eater. You know how mad you get when you start your weed eater and you throw a fit and you throw the thing down and your neighbors see you do that and go, hey, this person may be a little bit unstable. They shouldn't have firearms. And then somebody come out there and take your firearms, and then you have to go prove that you're capable and innocent. It just kind of, I want to protect the due process of innocent until proven guilty that we have. That's a bedrock of our society.
As do I.
I don't want to turn that upside down.
Due process with a protective order, correct?
There are protective orders in current law that have a due process that they follow.
Exactly.
This is to protect from extreme risk protective orders being enacted that do not have that due process.
I mean, so here's the thing. If we put in law the process or the due process for an extreme risk protective order, they then would have due process. In fact, really an extreme risk protective order is only a type of protective order. I think we just have a difference of opinion. I do believe that in an extreme risk protective order, there is due process. And last night at the front mic, I explained all the steps that you would have to go before a judge. This isn't just some third party saying that guy seems like he might be a danger. A judge would have to make that ruling.
You're talking about the current processes that we have for protective orders. What I'm doing is defining a red flag laws, which are not currently defined in statute, and then I'm making sure that these do not take place in Texas.
So if we had let's name it something else, really serious protective order that's more focused on guns but has due process, that would be okay.
I would not say that would be okay. We already have processes in place for mental health evaluations and when law enforcement have to deal with someone with a firearm. Those protective orders are already in law. I'm not messing with those. I'm trying to make sure that these red flag laws are not implemented by local governments that would bypass or violate due process and people's Second Amendment rights.
And we all want to make sure there's due process. I, again, want to thank you for allowing protective orders to be carved out from your bill. And,
well, they were never in the bill. The amendment, and I appreciate your appreciation, but it was just to clarify that we were not doing something that we're not doing. But it was just for clarity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.